Hi, I'm Roger Leon, and we're talking about the U.S. Constitution. Last session, we read the preamble to our U.S. Constitution and considered some of the terms used and what the meaning of those terms could be. We also looked at Section 1 of Article 1 that established the Congress of the United States. Today, we are going to look at Section 2 of Article 1. It reads, "The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every second year by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained the age of 25 years and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state in which he shall be chosen. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. The actual enumeration shall be made within 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and within every subsequent term of 10 years, in such manner as they shall by law direct. The number of representatives shall not exceed 1 for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least 1 representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. Where vacancies happen in the representatives from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment." Well, that's quite a lot for one section. So let's look at it more closely and see if we have a good idea of what was being said. And we won't look at those portions that were affected shortly after by the Constitution and when it went into effect. Some interesting items in this section include why we have elections for our congressmen every 2 years. That was prescribed in this section. Where it might be a bit confusing, though, is that the term electors is used for the first time and without any previous definition of what is meant by that term. Later, we'll get into our electoral college system, and these may be the state electors referenced here, but there's no clear indication of that at this point. Or perhaps it meant electors in the sense of the people allowed to be engaged in an election. By definition, an elector is someone who casts a vote. So we'll come back to this point in a later session. And the use of the term 3/5 of all other persons is of course interesting. And again, in a later session, we'll get back further into what they meant by that term, or how or if it still applies today. And the last point I wanted to highlight for this session is the reference to the enumeration of voters taken every 10 years. It is this language that mandates the census that is taken every 10 years still to today. And it is the result of that census that determines how many representatives to the House of the Representatives each state has. The number of representatives from each state changes, sometimes dramatically, as the population of a state changes. So that's section 2 of Article 1. And we'll end here today. If you have any questions or comments, please email them to me at the email that's going to show on your screen, and we'll try to have answers for you in an upcoming session. Thanks again, and we'll see you in our next session when we'll take a look at Section 3 of Article 1. Goodbye for now.